welcome again to those of you that have just joined now. As you know, this webinar is going to be about marketing opportunities that we believe you guys can make the most of with our Qualifio campaigns in a very easy way towards the Christmas period. But before we get started with all our inspiration that we have for you today, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Braulio Gredano. I work at Qualifio as a product marketer, and today I'm joined by Clementine. Hi there.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Clementine. I work as a project manager for the studio team at Qualifio.
And a couple more things to mention before we dive in is that, as always, we'll be recording the whole session so we can share it with you later on via email with all the materials that we're using, such as these slides. And if you have any questions, we're going to go through the whole presentation usually as a whole, and then you can leave any questions you might have at any point in the Q&A box down there. So what do we have in store for you today? The big meaty bit of this webinar is going to be focusing on 4 different opportunities that we believe in the marketing field you can grab with Qualifio campaigns in a very easy way towards the Christmas season. And for each of those opportunities, we'll illustrate them with a lot of Qualifio campaigns that either you, the real users, or us, or the marketing or studio team within Qualifio, have imagined for your inspiration. We'll follow this with a little intervention from the studio team, which will present to you a special Christmas gift for this year, and we'll finalize with a short Q&A to solve any of the questions you might have. So let's get some inspiration indeed. Just to set up the scene, as I was saying, we have structured this webinar in 4 different parts. For the main part, 4 different marketing opportunities that you can grab with Qualifio campaigns this year around Christmas. These are connecting and engaging with your audience, which you're well accustomed with. Also collecting data about this audience in a main stage to identify the individuals that make up your audience, and also enriching this data with more zero-party data provided by these individuals so you can get to know your audience better, segment it, and personalize the communications that you send your audience. Of course, Christmas is a great time as well for enhancing your brand's visibility, so we'll be talking a bit about that, and for monetizing your audience as spending goes really up high. So without further ado, we can get into the main topic with Clementine, and we hope you enjoy this.
Who doesn't like Christmas? Well, Christmas is a great season of togetherness and joy. People like to meet with their relatives, their family, and they are also more willing to receive some content that resonates with the Christmas spirits. So that's a great opportunity for you marketers to create some interactive campaign with some Christmas design to further engage with your audience. Well, an example is always better to illustrate what we are talking about. So the first example is a quiz campaign for Christmas, obviously. Here you have a spot the difference campaign. So you have 2 images. People have to find where the difference is between the 2 images. From the same quiz, we also have different type of questions. Here you have an instant check mechanic. So people have to write down the answer they think is a good one, and they will know directly if it's a good answer or not. For this one, we also put some hints on top of it. So there is the first letter of each word. If we take the first one, this is All I Want for Christmas Is You, the very famous song we all know. We have another example of a quiz campaign here. So as you can see, with a quiz format, you can make a lot of different type of questions. You can make different text, images, audio, and also videos. Still a quiz example here with a movie quiz. So people have to find out where the hints about the quiz, about the movie are in the image. And what is also nice about Christmas is the advent calendar part. Here, this is an example from Picard. They can choose different doors. So here it's 24 doors, but it can be up to 31, for example, if you want. And also another example here, this is also a Christmas, an advent calendar, but it's a bit different because here it's one day, one movie. But it would be nice also to know if you would like to launch an advent calendar this year. So there is a little poll that you can answer.
Okay.
Okay, so we have some answers. The majority of people would like to launch an advent calendar. Some of you are not sure, but this is still a great opportunity for you. So we really advise you to take this option into account because it's really nice during Christmas to create this kind of campaign. It can be really engaging also with your audience. Another type of format that is really cool during the Christmas period is the writing contest. Because people like to share the feelings, the emotions. So the writing contest could be a nice idea for you. You could, for example, ask the audience to write a letter to a loved person, also to maybe explain what they would like to receive for Christmas. So that's a great opportunity to create a bond with them. And that's also the kind of format that can easily be shared on social media. And here we have a live campaign from Metro Media. They launched last year Wheel of Fortune for the less fortunate. So the principle is an instant win, so people will know directly if they have won something. But this time the principle is quite nice and in the spirit of Christmas because they don't win something for themselves, they win something to a charity event, for a charity event. Well, we talked about how it could be nice to create some campaigns before or for the Christmas period, but it's also nice to keep connecting and engaging with the audience for the end of the year or maybe even after. So for this, we recommend you to create some campaigns with a quiz format. For example, you could create a look back on 2023 and ask questions about big events that happened during the year. We have here another question from the same look back campaign with a movie that was launched during the year and of course a little timer to add a bit of challenge to the question. The same quiz but with a different type of question. Here it's the instant check mechanic. So people have to find what are the logos. They are a bit twisted, so it's a bit more challenging also for the participants. And let's not forget about the swiper formats. Here you have some news. Some of them are real, some of them are false. And people have to manage to find if it's true or false. They can swipe left or right.
So I'll take over from here. We can go on to our second marketing opportunity brought to you by Christmas time. This one is emerging from the fact that as we approach Christmas, the number of online searches for Christmas ideas, for gifts, for decorations, Christmas-related content, those searches increase a lot in numbers. And for you guys, as part of media groups, your groups will have platforms, apps, websites where content is in big abundance. So you can make the most of this content that people are going to be searching for in bigger numbers as we approach Christmas, and pair it with some of the Qualifio campaigns that you create to collect information about the people that end up going to your pages. So we have two stages: initially collecting information to identify who these people are as part of your audience and know that they're there and coming back, like email, name, last name kind of information. And then we have another level with lots of different types of Qualifio campaigns that you can use to collect that first and zero-party data, especially zero-party data, to start getting to know these individuals that you have identified in a better way, knowing their preferences about different products, activities, interests, etc. And once you have this data, obviously you can segment your audience in different audience groups and personalize the content that each individual receives so that they feel comfortable coming back to your platform as a place that they trust and where they're going to find content that they're actually interested in because you know it and you're the ones providing it. So in order to get, for example, this initial bit of information to identify participants or people that are coming to your platforms, it's great to use interactive marketing campaigns like our advanced formats. I'm not sure if you all know them, but I will talk about them a little bit more. So the great thing about this is that they provide a gamified experience that can be fun, eye-catching Christmas themes, like the one you see here on the right of the screen with the Smash It format, which we just released last week, actually. And yeah, they provide a value exchange to these participants that are in the end sharing their information with you. They provide some sort of value in exchange, as the name says, for giving away their data, and it makes it more likely that they're going to share their information with you. Another advanced format that is also great for this, well, all of them are fully customizable to whatever event or thematic you want to choose. This is the runner, in which you see a character running forwards. We've made it also Christmas themed to catch the attention. You can imagine this placed on any part of your website or your app and use it to attract people to participate, maybe give them some sort of entry to a prize draw, and doing that you can collect their information and identify these people coming to your platforms, and maybe later on get in touch with them via email or whatever way you want to try and get them to subscribe to some subscription plans you might have, you name it. Another great advanced format, another gamified format that we have in Qualifio is the repeated. As you can tell by the name, you have to repeat a sequence of things happening. In this case, it's Christmas themed again to be catchy. There's a Christmas tree, Christmas bubbles, and you have to repeat the sequence as they illuminate. And we didn't want to finish talking about advanced formats without showing a real example made by one real Qualifio user, La Voix du Nord. A while ago, they made a game with the catcher format where they customized everything to look like the Nord Express fictional train that would have to be used by participants to catch different objects as they fall from the sky and score points. By doing this, providing some sort of value exchange in return for a participation of people that are in their audience, and by providing game prizes such as a phone or a trip or gift cards. In 2 days, they managed to get more than 8,500 participations. So here with this example, you can see the beauty of having a great design and how it manages to attract people and really offer them that value exchange we're talking about to entice them to share their information with you. So now, if you've not heard about advanced formats, it's an add-on we have on Qualifio that you can get on top of your license. We have six games available, or all really fun, no skill needed to implement them. And yeah, we have 3 from last year, 3 from this year, and we intend on releasing 3 more every new year. So if you're interested in hearing more about these, get in touch when you get these slides through that link with a Qualifio specialist, or just ask your CSM and they'll be able to and happy to share information with you. So since we're talking about these, we wondered which of these advanced formats looks the most interesting to you if you had to picture yourself creating some Christmassy campaigns for data collection. Okay, the catcher becoming popular. Good news for La Voix du Nord. They did a good job. Okay. Thanks a lot. And let's continue. So I was talking just now about collecting that initial piece of information to identify the different people that make up your audience. But of course, you don't want to stop there. You want to continue going deeper and deeper into understanding what these people are looking for, what the interests are, whether it is for using this data to segment your database and personalize the content you provide, or whether it is for targeted advertising to use ads of partners in your website about products that you know that are going to be of interest to certain people that are part of your audience. So the battle format exemplifies greatly easily this way of collecting data about preferences of people. In this example, very Christmassy with Christmas movies, we have Home Alone versus The Grinch. So of course, participants would have to pick one of them, then the winner would be paired with another contender, and like that, they have to make a series of choices between two elements, which leads to you having a final list for each participant of what is the most liked element and what is the least liked element of for this individual. So of course, it doesn't need to be about movies. It can be about food, music, magazines, sports, anything you are talking about and your content is talking about, whether it's video, text, or anything. Personality tests are also great for this. They work a bit in a different way. You initially choose different personality types that participants are gonna fall into, depending on the answers that they give to a number of questions. So in this example, we have here, the personality type would lead to you being suggested where or how you should celebrate New Year's Eve. Again, this is fully customizable. You can make it about anything you want. And for this person, for example, they were recommended to celebrate in a chalet in the mountains with their friends. So maybe a bit on the more introvert side of things. And lastly, I wanted to show another format that can be used for collecting zero-party data very easily. It's the gift guide format. It looks similar in the way it works through the personality test, but it's intrinsically different. Basically, you have to answer a question, and depending on your answer, you're redirected to different questions. So questions keep branching and branching out, and in the end, they lead you to a suggestion. In the gift example, for example, they would tell you, okay, if you're looking for a gift for your mom that has this interest and that interest, you should gift her this. But you, again, can create it about anything you want. You can put, for example, all the magazines within your media group. And depending on the choices that people make, you recommend them a magazine to read that's going to fit the most with their interests. So, yeah, just wanted to remind you that with Qualifio campaigns, we invite you to think of what kind of segmentation you want to do among your audience members during this Christmas, to think about the questions you need to ask in order to get the answers you need, and just go to the Qualifio catalog, because all campaign types, all formats are super versatile, and I'm sure that whatever kind of data you're trying to collect, you're going to find a Qualifio format that's going to meet your needs. And with that, we move on to our third opportunity.
Thank you. Well, we saw already two opportunities for Christmas, but there is also a third one, which is how Christmas can help you enhance your brand's visibility. Because this is a great period where you can really stand out from your competitors with really good-looking campaigns that will really put forward your brand's identity with some Christmas design, obviously, and it can also be quite interactive, and people will likely share it on social media. So now let's see an example. User-generated contests are a great way to help with your brand's visibility. Here, this is the example of a photo contest where people have to submit a picture of their house for the Christmas period, obviously, and they can win a really nice gift. So to win, they need to collect as many likes as possible. So people will ask their friends, their family, relatives, and so on to vote for them. So it can really go viral on social media. The same principle here, but another theme. This is the hot chocolate recipes, a beverage we all like to drink during the end of the year. But it can also be with Christmas table or Christmas trees, for example. People will do the best decoration and ask people to vote for them to win a nice prize. You can also imagine a video contest. Here it's a bit more fun because people have to sing a Christmas song, record themselves, obviously, and post it online on the contest. So now we talked about the photo and video contest, but we also have a nice format, which is the photo editor format. So for those of you who might not know it, people will be asked to submit a picture and to pimp it. So for the accessories and all the elements they can choose to pimp the picture, this is something you will decide beforehand. So for example, you could put some logos, some Christmas assets. Really, your imagination is your only limit. And of course, it can submit their creation. Here we have a really nice example from Lola Lisa to help with their brand's visibility. They have put on their website on different pages some Christmas balls that had a code, a unique code on it. And people had to find the code, so they could really navigate through the entire website, find the codes, and then submit them inside a Qualifio campaign to know if they have won something or not. Lidl also did a really cool action for the end of the year. Here they reproduced the supermarket environment, and they have hidden some objects. So it's in 5 parts. In each part there is a hidden object, and people have a limited time to try to find where the objects are.
And with that, we have reached our final opportunity of the day. This is regarding monetizing your audience, given the fact that during the Christmas time, everyone's in a rush to buy gifts, to buy different items for their homes, and spending really increases compared to the spending most people would have in other times of the year. So advertising always goes hand in hand with this period. And now you might be monetizing some of your audience by having some subscription plans to your platforms, for example. But here with this section, we wanted to remind you that Qualifio campaigns also offer endless possibility for example, doing sponsored content, showcasing your partners, their brands, products, etc., within your platforms or websites or apps. So in the end, the people that are going through those campaigns are your audience. And you can also do targeted advertising. If you spend a good year of collecting lots of zero-party data about all the individuals in your audience, you have a big knowledge when Christmas arrives to know for whom to place certain ads in their home screens or wherever you can do it in your websites. So let's illustrate this with a great example. This is a campaign that was created by RTL Media Group. It was placed in their platforms, and it was partnering with a toy company, a toy producer called Jouet Bros. And what they did was create a puzzle format inspired by the toy maker. It's got its branding up there as well. And this was placed, as I was saying before, in the creators platform and the media group. So it was this media group's audience that was being exposed to this campaign. And while the toy maker would have paid some sort of sum to the media group for placing this campaign with its branding, products, and everything, the toy maker would be collecting information about the participants that took part in this campaign, as they had to share their identification information in order to enter a draw for a prize of 150 euros to spend for Christmas in their toy shops. So as you can see, you can monetize your audience here by partnering with some other companies that sell whatever products or services, while they get exposure for their brands towards your audience, and they also get to identify members of your audience to maybe target them later for doing some business. Another great example, there's a lot of formats in Qualifio that you can use to showcase the products of your partners. But here we chose Jackpot because it's a really simple and fun format to create campaigns with. As you see in the right of the screen, there's 3 little boxes, 1 with the Santa Claus and 2 with products. These products are the partners' products, obviously, just like in the campaign before. And let's imagine that if you get 3 Santa Clauses when you launch the jackpot, you can win one of your partner's products. But in the meantime, when you're losing or not winning, you can set the jackpot so that participants can come day after day to your platform again, be exposed to your partner's products and branding, and keep trying to see if they have any luck. And of course, your partner would be collecting the identification information of these participants that seemingly could be interested in their products, even if they're coming from your audience initially. We go back to the advent calendars, but they're really the star of Qualifio campaigns when it comes to the Christmas season. And this is a great example created by Fox a while ago for the Christmas period, in which you can see how you can showcase lots of your partners, monetize your audience through that by also offering prizes donated or sent in by these partners. So imagine that for each of those boxes, there's a campaign branded with your partner's identity, and then you get a chance of winning some of the products that this partner produces. So in this case, some of the examples for these products would be like pop dolls, Marvel goodies, Simpsons things, and tickets to events like Disney on Ice. So again, you see here that with advent calendars, just like with any other Qualifio campaign, the only limitation here is your imagination, because you can take them as far as you want and you can create anything you can think of. However, you don't need to put the branding, for example, of your partners in the individual doors of an advent calendar. In this example, you can see how the partners are showcased in the bottom of the main screen with no need to put them within the specific campaigns. And while some people choose to do a 24-day advent calendar, you can choose it to be 31-day long, 2-day long, whatever you want. And not even just for December, but also for the beginning of the new year, maybe with new exciting activities to try as gifts for the new year, New Year's resolutions. Or just make it based on a thematic, like this one made My Mail, based on 12 Days of Christmas, like the famous song. So we've arrived finally to this point.
Yes, now it's time for the Christmas gifts from the studio team. Well, you might be wondering, what is the studio team? That's a really good question. Let me explain it to you. So the studio is a team composed of project managers like me and designers that are working together to deliver the perfect campaign for you based on your briefing. So why would it be beneficial for you to use our services? Well, there are several reasons, obviously, but the main reason would be that it will reduce the need for internal resources on your end, because we will take care of the entire creation of the campaign, which means you will also have more time to focus on reaching your goals. Another good reason is that we have a lot of experience with the platform, the different formats, and the designers know how to sublimate the campaigns. So now let's go really to the gift itself. So a classic studio campaign created by us, which means we create everything, the format, we also add the design and so on, usually costs 1,200 euros. But for you, for this special occasion, we would like to give you the opportunity to use our services at a better price. So you can have it for 1,050 euros if you want to create 1, 2, or 3 campaigns with us. The nice part also is here that you can benefit from a better price if you want to create more campaigns with us. So let's take a concrete example. For example, if you want to create 8 different campaigns, you can pay only 750 euros per campaign. It's also important to say that this package is valid during 1 year. So it's not something you need to use just for the Christmas period. Obviously, you can create some campaigns for them. We really advise you to monetize on Christmas, but you can also keep some campaigns from your package for actions later on, for example, Valentine's Day, Easter, or some other big events that you want to monetize on. We also know that some of you like to create the campaign, but sometimes you lack either the resources or the inspiration to take care of the design part. So in that case, we also came up with a special offer. So we can take care of the design for 650 euros per campaign instead of 960 euros. So that's also a nice surprise, and the same principle applies, because the more studios you want to pimp, the better the price is. So let's take an example. If you want us to pimp 5 campaigns, it will only cost you 540 euros per campaign. Well, an example is always better to see how it can really help you. Here we took the classic iframe campaign that is integrated on a media website. The iframe is quite simple. There is not a lot of design, and the campaign is just there, but people won't really notice it unless they really look carefully. But if you add some design, it can really stand out on your website, and people will directly see that there is a nice Christmas contest on the website. So as we said before, the Advent calendar is a great format that we really encourage you to create for Christmas. You might be wondering if we can take care of it as well. The answer is yes, of course. We would be really happy to create the Advent calendars for you. Just note that there are 500 extra euros to create the first page, so the calendar page that you can see on the right side. You can also notice that we can go really far regarding the design and the customization. If you're interested and you would like to discuss either the price or also your ideas, you can, of course, get in touch with us. There is the email address at the bottom left. And now we would like to know if you would be interested to use the studio services. So let's wait maybe a couple of seconds for the answers. Well, some of you would like to use the studio services, so we will be really happy to discuss it with you. Don't hesitate, of course, to reach out. Some of you are not sure. In that case, you can also contact us if you have some questions or would like to discuss some ideas.
And now, before we head over to the Q&A session, we wanted to leave you with some further Christmas inspiration. If you don't know about our blog at qualifio.com, we publish every year an article with Christmas inspiration, with campaigns that we've created for your inspiration or picked from some of the real users because they look absolutely great. So here's some links for you if you want to check them out. And the one on the left, the first article actually was published just yesterday. So maybe you can find some new nice inspiration before you start planning for this Christmas year time. So we have arrived. Do you have any questions? If so, please drop them in the box. Let's just give it a couple of seconds.
Yes, don't hesitate to ask questions. Okay.
So yeah, now you know, if you have any requests in terms of design or campaign creation, please reach out to the studio at the email you see at the bottom of the slide. And we wanted to let you know that there's going to be a little survey popping up when you close this session. So we would love it if you could give us your feedback on this webinar, because it's the only way really we can get better for next time. And yeah, with that being said, thanks a lot for joining us today. We've had a lot of fun, and we wish you all the best for this Christmas year.
Thank you for your presence.
Bye-bye.
Bye.